Yeah.
Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nadu. Today we're gonna watch some new play cEDH. In today's game, if I remember correctly, in turn order, we're gonna have a BlueFarm. We're gonna have Nadu. We're gonna have Magda, and of course a JeskaTymna to round out the table. This was just a fun game. Thursday evening. I am doing it because I haven't seen Magda in a while. Nadu is Nadu. So current deck BlueFarm is pre-ban. Well, it's still the same pre or post ban. So you're looking to draw cards, then to do a Torokol or a Brain Freeze Underworld Breach combo with LED to mill your opponent. Nadu is looking for a Lightning Greaves or a what's the gloves? The Shuko, and a Skewed Swarm on board to make a bunch of Skewed Swarm and then be able to copy, paste a bunch of stuff. Either put a land, or put a card in his hand. Magda is trying to make treasures and popping off with artifacts. And JeskaTymna is looking to make infinite mana to cast Jeska forever. Mana Crypt, so Rite of Flames, so let's restart back. Simian Spirit Guide into a Rite of Flame into a Mana Crypt into Chrome with a City of Brass. This is the kind of gameplay that we enjoy seeing on turn 1. Super good start for BlueFarm. Let's hope that he will not dominate the full game. Nadu dropping a Lotus Petal. First turn, kind of not super crazy first turn. Magda drop a Springleaf Drum and a tap outlet for dwarves. Jewel Lotus for JeskaTymna. Land. Crack everything for Jeska on board. So kind of standard beginners outside of BlueFarm. BlueFarm. Go get a fetch land. Throws at Jeska's will. Holy smokes, this is a bonkers beginning for BlueFarm. We'll get 6 cards. We'll exile Silence, Demonic Consultation, and an offer you can't refuse. Since he cannot use his mana, he will overload a Cyclonic Rift. Who would have thought that an overload Cyclonic Rift would happen turn 2? Turn 2, seat 1, of course. It is, wow. Soul Ring for Nadu. Nadu would then crack Lotus and get Nadu out. So Nadu, as you may know now, Nadu was banned beginning of end of September. So it was a design mistake said by Wizard of the Coast, so we're not going to be surprised about that one. Although some players were playing him well, the players that were not playing him well made it to go bye-bye. Magda player gets out his commander. JeskaTymna with 1 land, no rock. I hope he's going to be stuck with... He is not going to get stuck with no lander. 1 and 2 Serra Ascendant, so he will at least be able to block Chrome. And barely got above 30. So we go to turn 3. One, two, Flesh Duplicate Flesh duplicate will copy Nadu. I would have preferred not to have a Nadu, but it is what it is. So whenever there's a Nadu on board, you've got some issues trying to remove something if it's not a board wipe, because you target one of their creatures, and as soon as you target, you will make some Nadu triggers. We go top left, Soul Ring and 1 for a Skewed Swarm. So the guy has some of the combo. Drops a land, make a Skewed Swarm triggers, crack a land. On the crack, BlueFarm will drop a Orcish Bowmaster. I'm happy that there is actually a Skewed Swarm, because usually Magda would be the prime target. Funny part is that at this point, Magda is safe and I'm happy. Passes, Magda. 2 lands, Springleaf Drum in end. Don't remember what I've got, but I would absolutely drop a creature, use a Springleaf Drum to tap that creature, maybe attack with Magda. Chromux pitching a Galvanic Blast. For 1, I'm going to replay that Springleaf Drum. And I pass. So this was, I think it was beginning of September. I was a lot into Fork Spell, so you need to be patient and keep some mana hub to see when it's going to be the good time to do it. Saracen that's swinging into Nadu player needs to get back up. BlueFarm down to 32 life, which is... life is not that bad. Delny is... ouch. So, Delny is such a powerhouse, because pretty much outside of Chrome, Tymna actually will be a 2 power, and she will trigger twice. So that means that if he connects with 3 creature, he'll be able to lose 6 life, draw 6, which is how... wow. Nadu to JeskaTymna, Chrome to Nadu, and I believe he sends me the Orc Army. So at this point, we all say we're not going to block. We were thinking about how to remove Tymna because we didn't want him to draw. However, we do nothing because we don't have nothing. Tymna trigger 6 times. Goes to 25, draws 6. And at this point, we are so far behind. Drops a Jewel Lotus on top of that. Technically just playing the Lotus so that he only has 7 cards in hand because he don't need it. Feeding the dark side is still an issue at that point. Nadu players drop a 4th land. Nadu swings into BlueFarm, down to 22. End of turn, I'll make a red with Magda to make a treasure. Passes to my turn. One, two, three, four. I'll drop a roaming drone. Roaming drone, best ninja ever. If you got any tribal deck, roaming drone is absolutely insane. You play Yuriko, you play Magda, of course. Which other one is actually super useful? Maybe Kark Sakashima. You could say Goblin, and then Sakashima copies a Goblin, and then you get double triggers. Oh man, that would be so insane. I need to not say that to my friend. Go back to BlueFarm. BlueFarm will go to combat again. At this point, we are having a chat that we need to do something with Tymna. Because if Tymna deals damage, or even if she survive on the board, we're gonna have some issue. Is double swinging to Nadu, sending Chrome at me, I believe. Otawara on Tymna. That is something. Because Nadu is here, it will trigger not twice but once. Tymna is bounced back to his end, and thankfully is not going to draw 4 cards. Although at 12 life, it could be a way to actually just straight out kill him. Crypt and something into Bergie. Wash. Sure, thumbs up for Bergie. Will cast a Gamble. On the stack, we've got a Bergie trigger. On the Bergie trigger, he has a Touch the Spirit Realm as a channel ability. Trigger twice. I don't remember. So sometimes it was drawing once, sometimes it was triggering twice. Nadu is a 4/3, so Delny should not make him trigger twice. So on the touch, he will play Dark Ritual. Bergie will trigger. So now we have 1 red, 2, 3 black in the pool. As you see me up there, I am tapping Holdout Settlement with to tap Roaming Throne, Springleaf to tap Magda. Magda triggers 4 treasures. So I have an activation, but I'll be waiting on it. So right now, clearly the blue guy is Gamble, throws his Tassa's Oracle away. We saw him get the Demonic, the Tainted Pact, and he just got Entomb, mostly got Tessa's Oracle with a Gamble, and he had to discard it. That was a win for sure. So we'll play a Felwastone, drop a Wishclaw. Most probably mad that he actually just dropped that combo. Sends it to the Nadu player. We'll drop a Eldritch Evolution. So Eldritch goes get a 2 CMC because X is 0. Drops a Nopo. So at this point, I have no other solution but to activate Magda if I want to be able to search, hoping nobody else has one. On Magda, I will drop the Clock of Omen. So Clock of Omen, Artifact Dwarf is the infinite combo. Everybody's wondering why I'm trying to do that. So Eldritch Evolution will go exile Sylvan Safekeeper. So I'm pretty sure I had a plan at that point. Nadu tried the fetch. So I'm starting to show the loop where I tap clock and roaming throne to untap roaming throne and make a treasure. And then on the second loop, I use a treasure and roaming throne to untap the roaming throne. And then I can do that for infinite treasure. The issue now is that on board, there is a opposition agent, so I cannot search my library. So I would not have done that. Well, having infinite treasure is not bad per se, so I could just make infinite treasures and draw until I get something. As you've seen, I did that on my upkeep, so I drew right after. Get 7 treasure to cast Spine of Ishsaw. So at this point, we will fight over the Spine of Ishsaw. Force of Will, which is good. I'll return the favor, copying the Force of Will. Force of Will on Force of Will. We will see that the Force of will trigger on the stack. Nadu player is saying, guys, can we draw? I'll show you a Fierce Guardianship, meaning that I can stop his play. I've said, sure, I'll show you a Flare of Duplication to copy a Fierce Guardianship and counter it. So, for the fun of it, yeah, sure, he suggested a draw, but I add 2 copy spell to counter everything that was needed. Of course, now they are asking me Spine of Ishsaw ETBs. Spine of Ishsaw will kill the Oppo agent, and then I'm just going to show up my combo line, which is, so Nadu triggered, could have been bad. However, Breach in hand is not problematic. So we have a infinite. So these are my friends, so they know that I'm at that point pretty much done. I will drop Damping Sphere, which is kind of stupid. I didn't need that. Gravedigger's Cage. I'll play a bunch of stacks. I could have used Legion Extruder to get rid of the Gravedigger's Cage, but Legion Extruder, BlueFarm Harvester, and Sculpting Steel, I'll be able to make copies of the Legion Extruder, then sacrifice the Sculpting Steel, sending the Sculpting Steel in my library with the BlueFarm, and returturing the Sculpting Steel to copy the Legion Extruder. And then Legion Extruder on ETB deals 2 damage, and there I go, winning the game, pinging everybody to death. Thank you everyone for being here. If you'd like, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to have a chat with you. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next game.